So you think we need more trumpets?
More trumpets, yeah. Or like kazoos or something. See, film is the verb. It's like the noun, right? And then when you film something, it's the verb of making a film. See, but now we're just doing memory cards, so we should call it carding or something, right?
Carding,
yeah.
Welcome to our second annual episode of what is it? Oh, TableTalk. Hopefully this will become something we can plot out every week.
What is?
I object to the word plot.
Sustained.
One could call it a variety show. So just talk about some news, what little news there is in this industry. Maybe when we get some money, we'll do some unboxings. We'll show off some cool things going on. Maybe some cool models or sculpts or sulps, as some of our subscribers call them.
We should get cool little things here, right?
Oh,
little nameplates.
I'll add them in post.
Nameplates. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You mean like with digital graphics, like right here?
I'll just put a little
Right. I'm James. I'm the proprietor of Mishap Games.
And I'm Josh. I'm the proprietor of...
This coming Friday marks the release of a new Magic set, which is Kaladesh. Mm-hmm. And it's a little... there's a lot of Magic sets coming out, and it seems like they've kind of accelerated their pace with both regular releases and special releases. So starting in now, really, it seems like there's going to be a release every month all the way through 2017 or so. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping we don't get any wallet fatigue or anything like that, but hopefully that'll drive some interest and see how releases happen.
Is that better?
Yes.
What was that? There's a concern that will just be too much magic too quick.
Why is that?
Exactly.
Do people like the feeling of like, oh, I can buy all of them? So if there's only like 3 a year, 4 a year, it's pretty easy. But then if people are like, oh, I can't get them all, they just kind of stop.
Exactly. There's some folks kind of give up a little bit before they begin. There's also a little bit of wallet fatigue in there. If you have like a month off, you can kind of rebuild the finances a little bit. The primary way a lot of people collect these sets is through drafting, and a lot of the releases that are coming out that aren't the major releases aren't really that draftable. So you can't. It's harder to build up the collection that way. You have to kind of buy them outright by the box or something. So we just achieved core status here at Mishap Games. So starting in November, we'll be running Friday Night Magic and other events after that as well. So hooray!
Speaking of game store news.
Oh yes, we will be at Con of the Mountain this weekend. In fact, it is on September 30th, which is a Friday, and October 1st, which is a Saturday. We will be a vendor there. I invite everybody that's in the local area to come on down. It's in Clifton Forge, which is fairly near Roanoke. It's an easy day trip. And it should be pretty fun. We'll have demos, and they have all sorts of events lined up there. In fact, you can even play Dungeons & Dragons with the legendary Frank Mintzer.
Legendary.
That should be today and tomorrow whenever this is released. So, hey, thanks, Matt, for actually submitting something for the channel. Someone actually helped us out with something and told us that Kingdom Death Monster is actually, they're doing I don't think it's called Kingdom Death Monster 2, but I think it's just a reprint of Kingdom Death Monster. And apparently the Kickstarter is going on the 25th. So those of you who like to kickstart, there you go.
If you want to build a tiny village out of the bones of slain monsters, that's the game for you.
There you go. That was a weird game to me because of the pinup side of it, and apparently that's separate from the game, but like nobody seems to have the games. People just have random models, and it's a very confusing I believe it was IP to me.
It was a $400 game, so a lot of people didn't
kickstart that.
They didn't have the opportunity to drop $400 at the time to get the game.
I think it has over a 9 on Board Game Geek because it's just this magical game that no one has. Therefore, it's amazing. I feel like at this point.
It's supposed to be pretty good, but it's a tabletop version of a video game genre, and you don't really see it on the tabletop because you need $400 worth of tokens and cards and miniatures to pull it off, and they've somehow managed to pull it off. So
I've just never seen a game get like a 9 anything on Board Game Geek. In similar news, Massive Darkness Pledge Manager is online. So the types of games we do on this channel, Massive Darkness seems like a thing a lot of you guys would have spent your money on. So that's up. If you guys need another copy of it, I can get one for you. So I'll send you a PayPal link below for like $500 or whatever. It's shipping. It's shipping. So, do some of these Kickstarters, do they have special deals for like stores or retail, or does it just, how does Kickstarter affect retail?
That's a very good question.
Because board games and Kickstarter is like
cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Well, no. More Kickstarter and game stores are like cats and dogs who really don't get along very well.
Yeah.
A lot of manufacturers, I guess you can call them manufacturers even though they haven't really manufactured anything yet. That's usually what they're kickstarting. They will occasionally create a retailer tier, which involves 4 copies or 8 copies or something like that, for usually an even more discounted rate. It's a little frustrating. A lot of stores are like this store, they're smaller. 4 copies is a substantial investment for something that's not going to arrive for a year. And when it does arrive, a lot of your customer base has already purchased it directly at a steep discount. And with exclusives that you can't offer. And then you get them on the shelf and you have 4. And board games turn a little more slowly than miniatures games or card games or that kind of thing. So you're going to have those 4 on the shelf for quite a long time. Then you'll eventually sell it and kind of make your money back. So it's a frustrating process. There's 2 types of folks on Kickstarter these days with board games. There's the up-and-comers, the people that are using Kickstarter kind of what it was meant for. They're actually creating their first product and getting it out there.
And then you have Cool Mini or Not.
Cool Mini or Not. Oh my gosh. That is their business model. They kickstart all of their games. Mantic is kind of going the same way. They've kickstarted the Walking Dead game. And Cool Mini or Not, that's their thing though. Cool Mini or Not is the one that's most famous for doing it. They kind of hamper their sales in the retail channel because a lot of the folks that are
there's this philosophy with Cool Mini or Not games I've heard people say on Reddit. They're like, if you don't kickstart it, just you missed that one.
Right. Get the next one. Exactly.
Don't worry about that one. And it's interesting because you end up having to create a game where you can play it without the exclusives, but you want to be able to play it with the exclusives. So you end up with this game that's kind of like, it's not as tight because it just can't be.
It's designed, it's over-designed to be expandable because of all the stuff.
Yeah, but not in the way like say maybe the Fantasy Flight model or like a traditional model where you have like expansions.
Because they have to sell it on its own in a retail channel for like a year.
Yeah, so merits. I from my short experience with Cool Mini or Not, I feel like as far as someone who likes a nice, tight, like that's what I liked about board games is they can be just really.
It doesn't matter if if I cracked open the box and it came with unicorns and puppies and rainbows. Like I have a set amount of dollars that I spend each week because of inventory management, and I can't allocate $400 to product that might come out in a year from now, because then I would have to lower the amount of inventory in my store by $400, and I can't do that over and over and over again. Once probably wouldn't impact me very much, but by the 10th game that I've kickstarted, all of a sudden I have $4,000 locked up in the store that isn't actually on the shelf. Whereas I could go ahead and purchase $4,000 of actual games that exist already and put them on the shelves, sell them, and then in a year I can go ahead and get those Kickstarter games when they actually come to retail. So
a game like Scythe comes out and you pretty much just like can't carry it
for a while. Yes.
A while.
We have it on pre-order right now. It's going to hit distributors. It's going to hit our shelves pretty soon. But it is a little frustrating because a lot of the target audience for that game has been playing it and talking it up, which does not necessarily lead to increased sales.
That's the news.
Yeah, that's that.
That's it.
Kickstarter. Is it killing gaming as we know it? Fact or fiction? Myth busted?
Myth busted. And I believe we should have better marketing channels for the gaming industry than Kickstarter.
New games. What's new in the world of gaming?
Well, we were starting to push Infinity a lot. It's a really fun miniatures game. It has a low model count, which a lot of people like, and a very utopian rather than dystopian sci-fi theme. We have in a lot of new items for Infinity, but one of our favorite ones is Operation Red Veil, which is kind of a two-player starter set. It contains 2 whole armies for Infinity. You've got the Hakislam faction there, and you've got the Yujing faction there, and it includes some exclusive miniatures as well that you can only get inside this box. Along with that, it has cardboard terrain and a playing mat. Yep.
So this really, this is a real, you can buy it with a friend or, your spouse if she's a unicorn or something. And just everything you need.
Yep. It includes the scenery pack, like I said, templates, cardboard tokens, and, of course, the rulebook, which you definitely need.
So this has got to be heavy. Oh, my. Ugh.
Like I said,
I it looked like I picked it up with one hand, but I actually didn't. Very, very hefty. Very hefty.
Yeah, like I said, it's a skirmish game, so there's not too many miniatures in there. It's actually, you can see the ones on the top here for each faction.
What do you think, Thomas? You're not into this type of game so much. Would you play that?
Let me see how heavy it is.
I will mention that all the miniatures for the Infinity line are 100% metal. They are committed to metal as a miniature medium.
So Thomas isn't into miniature stuff, but he likes animals. He really he's seen some animals, and he's like, I like miniature animals.
I saw the
fair enough.
The little miniatures for Scythe with the bears and the tigers, with the the Slavs.
Okay. We could definitely
really
preview all of our animal-related releases. I think the only animals we have in the store right now are Warlord's Dead Livestock series. It's two dead cows and a dead horse. Honestly, we sell a lot of dead livestock. I don't know why. I think a lot of times people are using them for dioramas and things.
I think that would make a good addition to Infinity. That would be cool, just to have,
dead livestock.
pedestrian animals just getting gunned down.
You could use some dead livestock. That would liven up a Zombicide game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if dead cows in the streets of New Tokyo would be on theme or not.
It's almost got a Borderlands sort of aesthetic.
Unfortunately, once you crack the box open, these figures, like I said, are metal, so they're just like bare pewter. So you have to add your own aesthetic to them. But it's pretty fun.
I'll give it a 9.
Out of 13?
It's just a 9. I like a card game here and there. I like the sort of part of my brain that a sort of competitive card game can scratch. And I liked Smash Up because of its theme. I like the sense of humor that it had. It had a bit of replayability and with its mashup of factions, but it's not a collectible card game. So I like that. Smash Up fit a nice place in my marriage. And I haven't kept up that recently, but this really caught my eye. Cease and desist.
You haven't kept up on the marriage recently?
Moving on. this one really looks like it's in keeping with a lot of the things I loved about Smash Up as a theme. We've got the Cease and Desist, which is the IP breaking expansion of we got Star Wars, we got Star Trek, we got Game of Thrones, we got Transformers randomly, and of course they have the obligatory generic brand names. So
I particularly like the changer bots.
They're changer bots?
Yes, they're very changeable.
What do we got? Astro Knights, Star Roamers, changer bots, and what's the last one?
Ignobles.
Ignobles.
Yeah.
Come on. You guys could have done better with that one, AEG.
Fairly new to the store. Just came out. We have Wonky, the unstable adult party game. Now, Wonky already exists as a game, but it's not been an adult party version game yet. This particular one it's kind of like reverse Jenga. You have these cubes, but they're not exactly like cube-like. They're rounded and they have odd shapes, and they don't really stack very well. So essentially, you have to stack the cubes in a certain way that they tell you, kind of like Twister. They say green cube on top of yellow or something like that. Then you stack them up, and if it falls over, you get like a penalty card, which could say no eye contact or something like that. I think we just both lost the game there. No touching your phones, that kind of thing. So it kind of gives you a physical aspect to the usual sort of adult party game, which these days mostly consists of cards, cartoons, that kind of thing. You're just coming up with weird situations. I also appreciate the fact that it has spill-proof cards.
Well, it does say 21 plus, which it just to me strongly implies it's a drinking game. That's what makes it adult.
Yes.
Yes,
I don't think no eye contact is especially adult. They've taken a children's game and made it adult rather than
by adding a 21 plus logo. You've made it adult.
Yes.
Thank you, Wonky.
Spill proofing the cards also.
Who's the manufacturer of that?
Good old USAopoly.
Thank you, USAopoly.
They make all of the branded Monopolies.
Oh, do they?
Fallout Monopoly, Rick and Morty Monopoly.
We got some catching up to do.
I don't know. I could sit here and rattle them off like bubblegum shrimp, There's...
I don't know what bubblegum shrimp is.
It's from Forrest Gump.
Oh.
Shrimp, fried shrimp, boiled shrimp.
Oh.
Shrimp tacos.
I do know that reference, I guess.
Okay.
All right. I like to pretend you're like a lot older than me, but you're not. Unless you are. I don't know. I have no idea what your age is. James the Timeless Being. As all wizards are.
As all wizards are, yeah.
So we got the games. And... it was just like... So we're going to start a new segment, which is Ask James. If you have questions for James, leave a comment below and just say, for James. Then we'll know it's for James. And we'll ask him. Our Dark Dungeons event is still not canceled.
And we'll link to information about that.
Link to our information below. But if you can make it, it'll be a lot of fun. People are signing up already, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. Now I had something that I really needed. Oh, okay. So hey, we're going to try to do more things. We had requests for unboxings and things like that on the show rather than just showing off the game, just like doing unboxing while we're at it. We're going to enable Patreon. If you want to go in there, give us a few bucks. It's at this point, it's just going straight into the show. Like it's not going for us. It'll just go straight into buying product at this point. If you want us to do a specific product and you're like, hey, I'll buy that game for you and then just sign it and mail it to me when you're done, just contact us in the messages and we'll work something out. How's that?
That's good.
There you go.
Probably edit it all out.